Ladies and gentlemen, AMD is back. AMD absolutely crushed it at CES 2023 with a slew of amazing product launches. They unveiled the highly anticipated and incredible Ryzen 7000 series of desktop processors with their second generation 3D V-Cache technology. This time there is no compromise with clock speeds and core count. It goes from 8 cores to all the way up to 16 cores with amazing core clock. AMD looks well prepared to tackle Intel's 13th gen Raptor Lake again, this time with a lot of cache. Next, AMD also unveiled their Ryzen 7000 series of laptop APUs, and this is what I'm super excited about, and this is what this video is going to be about. They unveiled the latest generation of Ryzen 7000 Zen 4 laptop APUs, which also go all the way up to 16 cores with a lot of cache and a lot of high clock speeds. So super exciting stuff, guys. And they also announced some Radeon 7000 RDNA3 laptop GPUs. So obviously there's a lot of exciting things to talk about, so let's get right into it. But before that, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Guys, there's a lot of videos coming up, a lot of content coming up. You don't want to miss it. And also, I just opened a new Telegram group. I'm trying to build a community in Telegram so that people can come there, join there, discuss and discuss among themselves about their issues, solve them, and just have a good time there and help each other out. So the link to the Telegram group is down in the description. Come on guys, join the Telegram group. And yeah, with that, let's get right into the video. So AMD unveiled their entire CPU lineup with their new and confusing naming scheme. So let's take a quick look at the naming scheme to clear the confusion. So the first digit indicates the portfolio year and it starts with 7 obviously. Next digit is the market segment. So this essentially tells you about the CPU tier, whether it's a Ryzen 5 or a Ryzen 9, and this is the most confusing as Ryzen 3, 5, 7 and 9 can be represented with 2 different numbers each. The next digit is the most important as that represents the architecture. So for Zen 4 we have 4, for older Zen 3 we got 3 and so on. The last digit represents the tier level within the same segment, like Zen 4 Pheonix Range APU versus a Zen 4 Dragon Range APU. And finally, the suffix character would represent the power draw like U series for ultrabooks or HX series for max performance laptops. Interestingly, they have removed the H series and probably just replaced it with HS entirely. Now, taking a look at the current 2023 lineup from AMD, we can see there are 5 different product lineups. Starting with the 7020 series Mendocino, which is present in the Steam Deck featuring 4 cores, 8 threads and an RDNA3 iGPU. These would actually be great for ultra budget laptops under 30,000 rupees. Next up, we have the 7030 series Barcelo R, which you should be able to identify by now by the third digit being 3, that these are Zen 3 APUs. So basically rebranded Ryzen 5000 with Vega 8 iGPUs, while the 7035 series Rembrandt R is rebranded Zen 3 Plus Ryzen 6000 APU with RDNA2 iGPUs. And the final 2 are what we are all most excited for: 7040 Pheonix and 7045 Dragon Range series based on the latest Zen 4 architecture. The Dragon Range APUs go all the way up to 16 cores and a whopping 80 megabytes of total cache, while the Pheonix APUs, which go up to 8 cores just like previous generations, look very interesting for thin and light high performance notebooks due to the RDNA3 iGPU featuring up to 12 compute units and also a dedicated hardware accelerated AI engine to enhance battery life and provide a quote-unquote magical experience. Here is the Pheonix range lineup based on TSMC's cutting-edge 4nm node, starting with the 6-core 12-thread Ryzen 5 7640 HS with 8 RDNA3 compute units and the 2 8-core Ryzen 7 and Ryzen 9s with 12 RDNA3 compute units. These will benefit from Zen 4 cores and super high clock speeds, but they don't have any substantial increase in cache compared to Ryzen 5000 or Ryzen 6000, going up to only 24 megabytes. In terms of performance though, AMD showed some performance numbers comparing the 8-core Ryzen 9 7940 HS to Intel's 14-core i7 1280p and Apple M1 Pro and M2, and obviously came out on top with some big margins, but obviously independent testings are to be seen. Next up are the big boys from the AMD Ryzen Dragon Range 7045 HX series. These look like the real deal that are going to go head to head against Intel's 13th gen Raptor Lake Mobile H and HX parts. Dragon Range starts modestly with the 6-core 12-thread Ryzen 5 7645 HX and goes all the way to 12 cores 24 threads and 16 cores 32 thread Ryzen 9 processors, which also have huge amounts of cache. Actually, if you look carefully, in fact, these Dragon Range APUs are basically the exact same Ryzen 7000 desktop parts running in eco modes. This is going to be incredible, and incredible it is if we are to believe AMD's benchmarks, where the 16-core 7945 HX obviously easily destroys the old Zen 3 Plus 1600 HS in both productivity and gaming, but it also crushes the top of the line 16-core i9 12900 HX easily. Now, one surprising omission or kind of missing from the product launch is that you don't see any U series chips, which is a pretty important market. Now, AMD has said that U series chips are coming. That is the the 7040 U series that is going to come in ultrabooks. So that is something that is missing from the product launch. I don't know, maybe it's supply issues or something, but I'm really looking forward to these U series chips because I would really love to see things like the VivoBook with the OLED displays and thin and light builds have something like a 7640U. That would be pretty incredible, like having a Zen 4 U series CPU with RDNA3 iGPUs, like from 8 compute units to all the way up to 12 compute units. So these U series chips are kind of missing from the product launch, but these are a very important product category, and I hope AMD launch them as soon as possible. But regardless, super excited for Zen 4 Pheonix Range and Dragon Range. I personally looking to upgrade, and I'll definitely upgrade this year. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that AMD has enough, AMD can keep up with supplies. Unlike Ryzen 6000, which had a really lackluster launch. There were very few laptop SKUs that had those Ryzen 6000 APUs. So I really hope this time around that AMD can keep up with supply and they can come up with a bunch of high performance, highly efficient Ryzen 7000 APUs. Because the reason that I really want to go into Ryzen is because I have used the Ryzen 4000 and 4600H, and that has spoiled me. It not only performs really well, it has such good performance, and at the same time it is highly efficient. Like, you get such good battery life from gaming laptops that is completely missing from Intel. Like, Intel has caught up with AMD in laptops when it comes to performance, and in fact it also beats AMD in many situations, but the performance delta is not as big as the battery life delta. Like, AMD laptops just have such amazing battery life in the gaming laptop arena that it is a very big deal. Like, I really want AMD to keep up with supplies. I'm looking forward to getting something like an 8-core Pheonix Ryzen 7000 APU and pair it along with something like an RTX 4060 GB. I'm really looking forward to it. I know it's gonna probably cost an arm and a leg, but I am prepared for it. But yeah, alongside CPUs, AMD also unveiled some Radeon 7000 GPUs, so let's take a look at them. So AMD unveiled the RDNA3 based Radeon RX 7600M XT along with its lower powered variant, the 7700S, and the RX 7600M along with its lower powered variant, the 7600S. In terms of performance, it appears that the 7600X is not only much faster than the 6600M, but also significantly faster than a desktop RTX 3060 at 1080p. That looks pretty amazing. Overall, good stuff from AMD when it comes to the GPUs, but it all depends on the price, guys. Remember the RX 5600M, it was such an incredible GPU and it had an incredible price tag of like 70,000 rupees, and later on it also dropped to like 60,000 rupees, which is just incredible. It performed really well. Like, the performance was there, the laptop had issues, but the GPU was incredible. It was far better than the other GPUs in the same price tag. Like, remember, it launched at a price tag where you can get like GTX 1650 Ti's at that price. So the 5600M absolutely crushed the competition when it comes to performance, like raw performance. And then next year, the AMD launched the RX 6600M, but there were barely any laptops with it, and whatever laptops launched, like the MSI Delta and the Alpha series, they launched at really high prices. Like, the 6600M was launched in a laptop that cost like nearly 1 lakh rupees. That's too much. Like the 5600M was available at a really mid-range price, but the 6600M wasn't. So the price is what that is going to matter a lot. So I hope AMD can come up with some good pricing, which is going to be key when it comes to fighting with Nvidia. So yeah, overall an amazing CES 2023 for AMD, and really looking forward to Ryzen 7000 laptops, and looking to upgrade. And you let me know your thoughts on Radeon 7000 and Ryzen 7000, what you are looking forward to this year. Are you going to upgrade? Are you going to purchase a new laptop this year? Comment down below, and also like, share, and definitely subscribe and join the Telegram group. Link is down in the description. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.